What's going on, internet? This is C from Actually Used Gear Reviews, and today we're going to be talking about the CRKT Homefront. Now, I've had this knife for quite some time now, and as you can see, I have used it. I've abused it. I've cranked on this thing. It has been used quite a bit. I don't recommend using it like this, but if you had to do some bushcraft stuff, you could totally do it. The blade on this knife is made from AUS8 steel, and the handles are 6061 aluminum. It has a kind of a interesting little flipper there, kind of looks like a bayonet lug. Pretty interesting. It has a modified drop point blade that is 3.5 inches long. It is not assisted opening, and you really have to flip your wrist to get this thing to open. Occasionally I forget that and it does that. So that's just part of this knife. You definitely need to flick your wrist to get it to open one-handed. But it's not hard. Once you get used to it, it's totally doable. It has kind of a military World War II theme to it, with that star right there in the middle. It's a nice pocket clip, kind of a deep carry pocket clip. It's manufactured really well. You see there's not a lot of blade sway. Even though it is a liner lock, that liner is pushing against the blade, so you'll get a little bit of sway naturally from that. But, it's not that bad. It lines up pretty darn well, actually. So one of the interesting features of this knife is the field strip technology, and this is a Ken Onion designed field strip technology. It has a little wheel there on the back by that kind of palm jimping. You just loosen that handle up by spinning that little wheel, and you're able to take apart the knife into 3 pieces, and that's pretty cool. At first I thought that was kind of a novelty type deal, but the more I used the knife, the more I realized I kind of like that. Sometimes you get gunk that really gets into that pivot area, and when you can take it apart in 3 pieces, you can do some really good cleaning, especially if you're like gutting fish, stuff like that. When you're doing that, stuff just gunks up, and you can get in and kind of clean the liner lock and some of the other pieces. One problem, getting it back together shouldn't be hard, and most people, I'm gonna guess, their knives, it's not hard for them. I think because I have torqued on this thing so much and kind of pushed it to its limits, the little toggle button right there can be kind of a pain to close, and you really got to work on it. See, it's working there fine, but it just locks up every now and then, just like that. You really got to push down on it to get it to go, and you actually need to pay attention to that little screw or whatever right there, rivet, and press that in all the way, and then it opens. So overall it's a good knife. You could do quite a bit of stuff with this knife, even though it's a folder. I've EDC'd this quite a bit over the past, 6 or 7 months since I got it, and I've been really pleased with it. You can feather stick with it. You can do a lot of different cutting stuff with this knife. This knife is one of my favorite knives. It retails for $77 on Amazon right now if you're a Prime member. I'll have a link in the description down below where you can take advantage of that. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any additional questions, comments, leave them in the comment section down below. Make sure to subscribe, hit that like button. Thanks for watching.